Here in basic military training, we have a tool called Coach and Pupil. Coach and Pupil, it's a method designed for me to use your eyes to help me watch the flight to make sure that everybody performs that movement properly. But it also gives you an opportunity to make corrections, which is going to help you not make the same mistakes. So that's a good thing. I am going to use half of the flight as my coaches, half of the flight as my pupils. When I have you perform these duties, I want you to understand that I am going to tell you what I want you to do, when I want you to do it, what to look for. I will tell you when to step in and when to step out. As a coach, I want you to understand that at no time will you touch a trainee in this process at all. You will only make verbal corrections. Once we have performed coach and pupil a number of times, then I will reverse the role. First and third elements, you're going to be my coaches. Second and fourth elements, you're going to be my pupils. Coaches, again, I remind you that at no time will you touch a trainee. You will only make verbal corrections. And remember the instructions that I gave you prior to. Stand up. Stand by. All right. Attention. Hut. Rest. At this point, I want the first and second elements to face each other. And then I want the third and fourth elements to face each other. Do it now. Guidon bearer. At this point, you're the odd airman in the flight. You will be able to evaluate someone performing the movement. And you will work along with this airman right here. You all will evaluate this trainee. When it's time to reverse the roles, then I will evaluate you performing the movement. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Second and fourth elements, you are the pupils. You will respond to my commands. First and third elements, you are the coaches. You will not respond to the commands. I will tell you what I want you to look for when I tell you to step in. Once you step in, again, make verbal corrections. I will walk around and I will make overhead corrections as necessary. Second and fourth elements respond to my command only. Coaches, when I give the command, I want you to step in and I want you to make sure that their right foot is 22.5 degrees off the center line of their bodies. By the numbers. Right, haste. Coaches, step in. He needs to move his foot over to make sure that it's 22.5 degrees off his body. Remember, coaches, throughout the process, you're at rest. The only ones that have to be at attention and maintain their bearing is the second and fourth elements, the pupils. Coaches, step out. This time, coaches, I want you to make sure that when I give the next command that their heels are on line. Ready, two. Coaches, step in. Need to make sure that he gets his heels on line. Same with the second trainee back there. He needs to get his heels on line. Right there. You need to cup your hands there, don't you? Coaches, step out. At this time, we will perform the movement without the numbers. Coaches, when I give the command and I tell you to step in, I want you to step in and make sure that their heels are on line and that their hands are cupped and pinned to their side. Without the numbers. Right, haste. Coaches, step in. Do not touch them. You keep your feet off of his feet. Just tell him verbally what you want him to do. Do not touch him. Verbally tell him to get his heels online. Coaches, step out. Second and fourth elements. Rest. At this time, I want the second and fourth elements to face the first and third elements. Do it now. At this time, we will reverse the roles. First and third elements, you are now the pupils. Second and fourth elements, you are now the coaches. Pupils, you will respond to my commands. Coaches, again, you do not move or respond until I give you the command to step in, and I will tell you what to look for. And I remind you that at no time will you touch another trainee. You will only give verbal corrections. First and third elements. Flight, tench, hut. By the numbers. Right, haste. Coaches, step in. I want you to make sure that their right foot is 22 and a half degrees off the center line of their bodies. Okay, Goddamn Bear, move your foot over just a little bit more. To the right. There you go. Keep your heel down. The leg should be straight. The left leg should be straight. You need to move. You need to turn your foot out a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Right there. Coaches, step out. This time, coaches, when I give the command, I want you to make sure that their heels are on line, that their hands are cupped and pinned to their side. Right up, 2. Coaches, step in. Good job, Goddamn Bear. Good job. Now, once your heels come together, what do you do with the staff? Very good. Coaches, step out. This time, coaches, when I give the command of without the numbers, I want you to step in and make sure that their heels are on line, that their hands are cupped and pinned to their sides. Without the numbers. Right, haste. Coaches, step in. All right, take your left foot and bring your heel back just a little bit so they're on line. Right there is good. Good. Coach, step out here, looking at his feet. They need to be spread out a little bit more. Coaches, step out. Fight! As you were. Fight! Tench, hut! At ease. First 2 down. All right, I saw some good things out there. Most all of you remained at the position of attention when you performed this movement, by the numbers and without the numbers. That's a very good thing. I noticed that most of you also kept your left leg straight, which is what you're supposed to do. There were a couple of things that we need to improve upon, like making sure that when we turn, that our right foot is 22 and a half degrees off the center line of our body, and make sure that that our hands remain cupped and pinned to our side at all times. But for the most part, I like what I saw. You've shown me that you have the potential to perform this movement very good. And I think that's a good thing because we're continuing to promote that teamwork. We're showing that esprit de corps, but not only that, we're showing a sense of pride. This is what draws us together as a team. And I want you to continue to function in that capacity. Good job. Get up. Fight! Tench, hut! What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a break so you can use the latrine, refill your canteens, and we will continue on with our drill.